Yes, Prabhu.
Could I correct one thing I said earlier?
Yes, please. Yes.
I may have given an impression that following rituals is the sum and substance and totality of a certain religion. So, in the same way that the Christians have misunderstood the pure teachings of Jesus, they may have misunderstood their own pure teachings. But they have a holiday where you spend 5 hours in the temple just meditating on and praying to God and thanking Him for creating the whole universe. I think it may be the only religion in the world that has a holiday about creation of the universe by God. And then they have another holiday, which is even more intense, where they study all types of human sinful behavior. And they associate it with themselves. And they have to, like, they're meditating on how sinful they are for 5-6 hours. And whenever I've seen their prayer books, even though they're not getting it, they have hundreds of prayers glorifying the name of God, which they don't know what it is, but they have hundreds of prayers glorifying God's names.
Right.
So I think you could find purity in almost every religion if you look at it through the eyes of a Vaishnava.
Yes. We came from there to here.
And they even have a holiday thanking God for His commandments.
Yes.
To not kill and all this other, even though they don't follow them.
Yeah, we came from there to here. So there's something which helped us from there to get us promoted to here. Yes. Yes, sir.
Raj, I had one question in this field, this realm. We were mentioning like the kind of sectarian nature of some religious practices, how they can begin to believe that like Jesus is the only way and things like this. So I'm curious how that could also infiltrate our society. Because I mean, in a bona fide way, we are Prabhupada-nugas, we are followers of Srila Prabhupada. But then perhaps a fanatic vision could develop where we see that Prabhupada is the only way back to Godhead. So I'm curious about that idea. I don't know what's right or what's wrong. I'm just curious about that concept.
Prabhu was saying something extensively about this last the other day. And when we were referring to Bhakti Dhira,
What you're describing is the same thing that happens in other religions. Misunderstanding the teachings. So if that happens in ISKCON, where ISKCON devotees start thinking this is the only way, again, they've completely misunderstood the teachings of ISKCON, of Prabhupada, of the Vedas. This is not a sectarian religion. This is transcendental knowledge being given to every human in the world, regardless of their culture, their nationality, their creeds, their genders, their age. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda made no conditions. They never said this is the right time and this is the wrong time to give this knowledge. These are the right people, these are the wrong people to give this knowledge. They gave it freely to everyone. And it's knowledge of the soul. It's not a sectarian religion. It's about understanding. The universe is the spiritual energy driving material energy. And that's what we are, souls. We're enlightening and saving people because they don't understand that their soul is immortal and it's going to be going somewhere after their body dies. They don't think about that. They have no way of understanding where it could possibly be going. I really think that anyone who thinks this is the only way, as opposed to we're here to save everyone and share this knowledge with everyone, regardless of their creed, their nationality, the color of their skin, the gender that they were born in. I mean, this is universal. is not the only, we're just a small group of people get to be saved. This whole movement is based on saving every soul. There are even devotees who pray to take birth again, to keep doing Sankirtan.
Mm.
It's not something that Prabhupada said he recommends. But there are devotees who are so committed that they even pray for them in their future births. Let me just remember Prabhupada so I can not make him come after me, but I can go after him and be a Sankirtan devotee again. If I have to take another birth, let it be like that. This doesn't sound very sectarian to me. But interesting.
Thank you very much. Right? So we should not bring our system down. Let's leave it as it is and follow it like that. Then we'll get there. If we start to think that we are the best, it's okay, we are the best. But the wrong side of it is that we become proud and start to think that others are useless, they depend on our mercy. And that also makes us important. Our philosophy will not be strong enough to penetrate people's hearts.
I left out the most important point.
Yes.
For those ISKCON Kanishtas who think, or who may think, this is the only way, they have completely forgotten the first prayer given to us by Lord Chaitanya. There are no hard and fast rules for chanting the unlimited names of God.
Mm.
In whatever faith you have, chant God's names, glorify God's names. So how is ISKCON the only way if that's the prayer of Lord Chaitanya?
Yes.
And then I guess to play the devil's advocate, like what is our commitment to ISKCON? Is it one out of gratitude?
I can't hear.
That makes a lot of sense, Prabhu, and I thank you. I appreciate it very deeply. And then to play, I guess, the devil's advocate, or to be on the other side, like our commitment to ISKCON would be like one of gratitude or responsibility of reciprocation with Srila what he has given. Is that like also true?
Well, how is that devil's advocate?
Well, not devil's advocate. The other side of it.
Yeah, we should feel. How could you not? If we, with the knowledge we've been given, that we would have had millions and millions of additional births and deaths, and it's being taken away, how would we not feel gratitude? I mean, what kind of person wouldn't feel overwhelmingly grateful? What can I do to repay? I don't even know how to repay for something like that. So yeah, that's part of Krishna consciousness. That's part of God consciousness. Hare Krishna.
All right. Thank you very much. When does one fall down? When there is a pride of it. Neglect to acquire the necessary Brahminical qualifications. Hope after fall down. Both in a rich family, both in a good Brahmana family. Remedial measure after fall down. Surrender to the Lord. Acting in the directions given by the Lord. Taking shelter of the spiritual master and devotees. Following the scriptures. Again, back to the same point. Follow the scriptures. Scriptures should not be discarded. It's beautiful. The regulative principles are such that one who follows them is promoted from the plane of fruitive activity to the plane of transcendental knowledge. And from transcendental knowledge, he becomes perfect after many, many births when he surrenders unto the Lord. This is the general procedure. But one who surrenders very beginning, as is mentioned in this mantra, at once surpasses all the stages of progression by simple adoption of devotional attitude. As is stated in the Veda and the Gita, the Lord at once takes charge of such a surrendered soul and makes him free from all the reactions to his sinful acts. In the karma kanda activities, there are many sinful actions. And in Jnana Kanda, the part of philosophical development, the number of such actions is less. But in devotional service to the Lord, the part of bhakti, there is practically no chance of sinful reactions. One who is a devotee of the Lord attains all the good qualifications of the Lord himself, not to mention becoming a Brahmana. A devotee automatically attains the qualifications of an expert Brahmana, authorized to perform sacrifices, even though such a devotee may not have taken his birth in the family of a Brahmana. Such is the omnipotence of the Lord, that he can make a man born in a family of a Brahmana as degraded as a low-born dog-eater, and he can also make a low-born dog-eater more than a qualified Brahmana, simply on the strength of devotional service. So the part of bhakti is powerful, very powerful. Yes.
Anyone who joined in the West, this applies to them.
Yes.
There was no Vedic culture in the West.
Yes.
Or if there was ever there on that part of the planet. It disappeared thousands of years ago.
The mark is working. This one is working. Yeah.
Prabhupada found us to be lower than like animals. And he turned us into Vaishnavas.
Qualified.
More than Brahmins.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we have that dubious distinction if we took birth in the West. That I don't know, we were taking birth in the family of non-humans in human dress.
Yes. 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 The omnipotent Lord, being situated within the heart of everyone, can give directions to his sincere devotee as to the right path. Such directions are especially offered to the devotee, even if he desires something else.
Then why do fall down? If so, then why they are falling down? If that is the case, then why their question should not arise falling down?
Enough for devotee.
Oh, that falling down is only for non-devotee?
Yes.
Oh.
The one who simply think that because I'm born in a Brahmanical family, I'm a qualified Brahman, I don't have anything to do again. Fall down. A devotee who is practicing, no. Yes, Father.
This point about hope after fall down brings up a question that I often ask, and I get different answers. I still haven't quite really figured it out, but from what Krishna says that there's no loss or diminution in this path. That you get another chance. There's always another chance. That Krishna once Krishna gets you in his orbit, then he'll never let you go. We read in the Nectar instruction something about how the path of devotional service is so perfect that once one begins, that Krishna will forcibly
Take to the end.
get them to finish it. When somebody falls down, they'll pick it up later. So I've always, how does that happen, or when does that happen? Because I know there's a lot of devotees I know over the years that have fallen away, and I'd like to see them come back. I miss those devotees, and I have family members, that there's so many people that I'd like to see come back to becoming devotees, but they don't want to become devotees. And Krishna fulfills all desires. Like one time I ran into a godbrother of mine in Dallas, and I said, Choda, Hare Krishna, how you been? And he says, the name's Greg. I'm all done with that scene. Or I ran into Manini. She was the Sankirtan leader in Berkeley in 1976 for all the women. Done tons of devotional service. And when I bumped into her in Whole Foods a couple of years ago, she said that Hare Krishna was just a phase she went through as a kid. So these devotees have no intention of being devotees again. Krishna fulfills all desires, but at the same time, we're saying that they'll, how do they come back? When do they come back?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. First of all, thank you for a desire that devotees should come back, which is very, very, very good. We should always look for that. And Srivas Pandit, he has this nature. When he see devotees taken to him, he says, oh, our family is increasing. So he likes it. So it's increased. Krishna, not his biological family, devotional family. We're increasing. So he feels happy. So we feel happy to have devotees back. So these words, there's no loss or diminution. And you're asking, so when will this devotee come? Today they may say like that. Like we mentioned yesterday, Krishna has already marked them because of the devotion they have performed. So he will bring them back eventually. They will come back. Not necessarily this lifetime. Some other lifetime they will come back. The connection they already had with the Krishna is not go. The offenses one have committed during the past, it will check off for some time. But Krishna will bring us back to the path. So that chance is there, is never lost. Therefore, Krishna is not lost. It's not necessarily it happening now. It will happen later on. So they will come back. Yes. Huh? Some lifetimes. After some lifetimes, some may be end of this life or next life or whatever. In Bhagavad Gita, location say karma is very, very intricate. Karma, very intricate. But for having contact with Krishna in devotional service, yes, I mentioned specifically, anyone who has made mistake to circumambulate Tulsi Devi, you wouldn't go again. You remain. You can give it up now. After some time, you will come back to it again. You will come back to it. We cannot avoid it. Krishna will bring us back to come and perfect it. I told you a past also of a Balaji yesterday. You remember? I told a story of a Balaji temple. Is not here? Yeah, it is here. Two brothers living the same temple. So, this is no story. It is things which are happening. They're happening. We are seeing directly. So Krishna will bring them back because they have rendered service somehow or other. And I remember those days at their time, devotees were really very, very, very serious, so dedicated to Prabhupada, and they put a lot of effort into Sankirtan and so many dedicated services. Krishna cannot forget it like that. He will bring them back after some time. Not this lifetime, but Krishna will do it. That is certain. he will do it. Yes, sir.
We have the story of Maharaj Bharata. And the lesson is that what he was thinking of at the moment he left his body is where he went. So all these souls that you bumped into that were devotees and now are looking to enjoy the material world and not be devotees in that way. When they're leaving their bodies, they'll be thinking of one of those mundane impressions, and that will take them there. Plus, if they committed gross sins, became meat eaters again and so on, it's going to take them into a definite lower species for another birth. But we are so impatient. What is one birth in the eternality of the soul? So they have to go through that karma, but Krishna will never ever forget. The way Krishna never forgets what their karma is.
Yeah.
Krishna will definitely never forget that they served him. So even though they were thinking that way, and they have to take a low birth, then they will take, again, whenever it is, a birth in a human body to begin where they left off. If it takes several births, and we're impatient looking at this, and the soul lives eternally, it's our misunderstanding and our impatience. They're coming back to begin where they left off. And when you say when, how could we possibly give you a date? We know the principle. What they think of at the time they quit this body right now is where they're going. And they will get their reactions. And then they will be brought back to a human body, because Prabhupada writes in many purports, it's guaranteed. They will be brought back to a human body to begin where they left off. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Rameshwar Prabhu, for that point.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be like a doctor and lose our patience.
Yes, we should wait for the mercy of the Lord to come. And the mercy will say, definitely.
I was traveling with a friend of mine in India one time. His name's Yadavacharya Prabhu from Chicago. And he pointed out to me what Rameshwar was just mentioning, was that a lot of devotees in the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, it's not uncommon to see a person go back to Godhead in 2 or 3 lifetimes. Great devotees. We know that King Chitraketu, he had to become Ritasura before he went back to Godhead. Bharat Maharaj was 3 lifetimes. Narada Muni was a demigod singing cinema songs, got cursed, made servant. He's like Narada Muni.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point, that what we can see, in our short span of understanding isn't the whole picture. People
Yeah.
have.
Yes. That's true.
It could be many lifetimes. It could be this lifetime.
Krishna will decide, because he knows what's perfect. So he will decide when he will bring us back in.
Well, Prabhupada told Bhakti Dhira Swami, don't worry, they won't be gone long.
I was just going to say to what you just said. We should be thinking, oh, thank you, Krishna. It only takes many lifetimes before I can go back. We should be appreciative, however many lifetimes it takes, if at the end we go back home, back to Godhead.
Yes. if we agree, can we discuss not today, something about attitude of gratitude for Krishna? Is this a good point? Attitude of gratitude. Huh? I think it will help. It will help us in our Krishna conscious practice. Okay, let's continue with this one for now. Yeah, proper continue. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the Lord is so kind upon his devotee that even though he sometimes falls into the entanglement of big karma, acts against the directions of the Vedas, the Lord at once rectifies the mistakes of the devotee from within his heart, because such devotees are very dear to the Lord. And Rupa Goswami said, I forgot, Dhira Madhava or Lalita Madhava, any of the two books is, that because Krishna does not want his devotee to suffer, even if they take birth in animal family or in the jungle, Krishna will go there and bring them back. How long Krishna will take to do that? That is for him. that is for him. But certainly, he will go there and bring us back. That one is sure. It's certain. And I was just remembering when you were mentioning how Chaitanya Prabhu appreciated Mukunda Sanjay. When he told him 10 million birds, he started to dance. He was dancing. I will get. He was dancing. Chaitanya Prabhu said, call him back. He didn't hear. He was in ecstasy that I will get it. What is 10 million birds? That is nothing. 10 million is nothing compared to pure love of God I'm going to get. He was dancing. Sriva has to go and grab him by the waist. The Lord is calling you. Because he was not hearing. Because he was dancing. And when he came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have such faith in my word. Take it now. 10 million birds became a moment. So he got it. Gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. Very, 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 very important in our Krishna consciousness. Very important. Here in this mantra, the devotee prays to the Lord to rectify him from within his heart. To err is human. Papa likes this very much. To err is human. Devotional service is to all the parts. Very good. So we go there. Surrender. A conditioned soul is very often apt to commit mistakes. And the only remedial measure for such unknown sins is to give oneself up to the lotus feet of the Lord, so that he may guide the devotee. The Lord takes this charge for the fully surrendered souls, and thus all problems are solved simply by surrendering oneself unto the Lord and acting in terms of the Lord's directions. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura said, the Lord is not obliged to anyone except those who are fully surrendered, 100% surrendered. He's obliged. The Lord personally takes charge of the devotee. Personally, he takes charge of the devotees. One becomes freed from all sinful reactions. Such directions are given to the sincere devotee in two ways. One is by means of the saints, scriptures, and spiritual master. And the other is by the Lord himself, residing in the heart of everyone. Thus the devotee is protected in all respects. The Vedic knowledge is transcendental and it cannot be understood simply by mundane educational procedures. One can understand the Vedic mantras only by the grace of the Lord and the spiritual master. If one takes shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, it is to be understood that he has obtained the grace of the Lord. The Lord appears as a spiritual master for the devotee. And so the spiritual master, the Vedic injunctions, and the Lord himself from within all guide the devotee in full strength. And there is no chance of such a devotee falling again into the mire of material illusion. So three things. The Lord guide the devotee. The spiritual master guide the devotee, and the Vedas so guide the devotees. So we have three systems, have three guides. So our position is secure. We have the scripture, we have the spiritual master, we have Lord Krishna. Our position is secure. They are fully protected. Nothing can happen to a devotee when the Lord is there. Direction from within the heart, protection from wrong acts, and rectification of mistake from within. This Krishna does this for his surrendered devotees. The devotee, thus protected from all around, is sure to reach the ultimate destination of perfection. The whole process is hinted at in this mantra of Sri Isopanishad, and the Srimad Bhagavatam still further explains this. Hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord are themselves acts of piety. The Lord wants everyone to do this because He is the well-wisher of all living entities. And by practicing this hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord, one becomes cleansed of all undesirable things within himself. His devotion becomes fixed upon the Lord. And at this stage, the devotee acquires the Brahmatical qualifications, and the resultant reactions of lower quality become completely vanished. He becomes fully enlightened by such devotional service, and thus knows the path of the Lord and how to attain Him. All doubt becomes diminished, and he becomes a pure devotee. Pure devotee. All right. Question? Yes, sir.
We just read that Krishna comes to the devotee in the form of a spiritual master.
Yes.
And it just made me think of Srila Prabhupada going where no one wanted to go. He
Yes.
left India, and the whole world was like Jharkhand forests. just filled with wild animals.
Yes.
And these were his Jarikanda pastimes of being empowered by Lord Chaitanya to get the animals to chant and dance.
Hari Hari Bo.
That's what Prabhupada's coming to the West
Exactly.
was exactly like.
Yes, that's the true picture. Very good.
Just animals in the forests turning into devotees.
It's great. Thank you for that. It's beautiful. Very good. Yes, sir. Let us digest this. What Prabhupada just mentioned. Let's digest it. What Prabhupada did is incredible. And alone, without physical support. Alone. Purity is the force. Yes.
It's actually what Jesus did something similar. He went amongst the people that were enslaved by the Roman Empire.
Yes.
And told them, love your enemy. Turn the other cheek. I mean, he told them to rise above animal life. And some of them did. These are incredible pastimes of pure devotees.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Maharaj, Sri Narada Muni was not really happy with what Vyasadeva wrote, the Vedas Upanishads. So the discussion was going on in Srimad Bhagavatam. In the entire Isa Upanishad, there is not even one mention of the holy name of Lord Krishna. If you see, there is nowhere Krishna's name mentioned anywhere in the Upanishad. Is this one of the reasons that Narada Muni was not happy?
No, that was just Bhagavatam. This was not from Vyasadeva. This is Swayambhuva Manu. The Buddha was not happy because in the Vedas, everything was just there. Everything. He just mixed everything all together. Krishna was not clearly, distinctly separated from everything else. So like Kichiri. So, so everything's all put together. So the Muni told him that this is a problem. So can you make a subject different? Let me see which one is paneer sabji and I want to see which one is dal, which one is rice prasadam. Yeah, which is gulab jamuns and ras malai. Can you separate them so I can clearly see? It mixed all together like this is not wonderful. So Vyasadeva did, and that's how he gave us Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is the cream of the Vedas compiled before. So he put everything together after he pounded it completely and sieve it. What he sieved from the Vedas, he gave to us as Bhagavatam. And then he left the chaps for those who want to waste their time and speculate. So we have the essence. Yes,
Just as per the discussion that went on about the devotees being delivered in next life or some other life as per Krishna's choice, Srila Prabhupada always told his disciples that don't wait for next life. Can you give some guidance on this? Please don't wait for next life. Go back to God at this life.
That is the intention of Srila Prabhupada. That is his desire. And he is fully aware that this is his expectation, but it's not always possible that all of us are going to be like that. So he knows about it. But he has the responsibility to push. And he did. He pushed, he pushed to get the best out of what he did all. That is his duty. He perfectly did that. And we are seeing the result. Every acharya has an expectation. Every acharya. They all have expectation, which he expressed in the preface of our Gita, to make one pure devotee. Not that he wants to make only one, but it's not easy to make. But to make one, that is great. Yeah. So he did everything and he got. Yes.
So So I always had this thought that there is a saying that whoever sees Lord Jagannath on the Rath Yatra cart
Yes.
will never enter mother's womb again.
Yes.
So how to understand this? So if devotee is not perfect yet, and will he still be delivered back to God because he saw Lord Jagannath?
Yes, that is true. But what is seeing? When they say see, means what? These two balls, they're looking at Jagannath, that is not seeing. Have you seen sometimes someone is not blind, is in the daytime, not dark, walk into someone else and say, oh, I'm sorry? Eh? Have you seen something? What is the responsible for that? The eye is open, but the heart is not seeing. So seeing Jagannath is not just our eyes. The heart should see the Jagannath. If the eye sees, if the heart sees, that is seeing. For such persons, they will not be born again in material world. But those who will simply, we'll be talking, since morning, we'll be talking about artificial, superficiality, about about this mechanical devotional state. We'll be discussing it since. Right? So real seeing means the heart. The heart is seeing the Jagannath. The heart has gone to Jagannath. In Vrindavan, when the people came to see baby Krishna, when Krishna appeared, people came, all the people who came to see Lord Krishna, they took Krishna. Just seeing Lord Krishna, Krishna took their heart, and they took Krishna with them when they were going back to their own respective heart. That is seeing. That is seeing. Krishna entered their heart. So they went with Krishna. That is seeing. Not just our physical eye, which Prabhupada said two balls. What is two balls? What does he see? You always see faults and mistakes. The heart should see the Lord and appreciate the Lord. They really focus on and drank the beauty of the Lord from the heart. Therefore, the Lord entered the heart and they went with the Lord. That is seeing. One who does that will not enter the womb of a mother again. Secondly, most of us doesn't believe it. We don't believe it that how is it possible? What is it? How is it possible? And for those of us who are like that, it does not work. It will not work. This blessing will not work. Every chapter, every chant of Chaitanya Bhagavad is full with mercy. One who hear this will never again come to this material world. We have had Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivering Kesava Kashmir. You know the blessing? There are two blessings that was in that chapter. Two blessings. Anyone remembers it? See? That means we have not had it. We may have read it, but we have not had it. Those who had it remembers. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he embraced Kesava Kashmir and he destroyed the shackles of material existence and threw it very far. They would never come back to him again. So he liberated. And he was given the blessing that is going back to Godhead. Every single chapter, you get this. Powerful blessings, they are all given. So if we simply just allow the sound to hit our ear and falls back, we have not heard. The purpose of the sound is the object which comes with that sound. What is that? If it is Krishna, Sukadeva Goswami, when he spoke Bhagavatam, what was he doing? He planted Krishna in the heart of Parikshit Maharaj. By hearing through the ear, he planted Krishna there. So Parishimhas heard, and the result he confessed, thank you, Gurudev, you have planted Krishna in my heart. So whatever magical creation the boys have made, let it come. I am not disturbed about it again. Just his hearing. He got the object. We are not hearing. Some of us are not hearing. Therefore, the object of hearing is not becoming manifest like it happened to Parikshit Maharaj. It happened to Arjuna. Arjuna understood Bhagavad Gita in 30 minutes, not 30 days, 30 minutes. He got all the whole Bhagavad Gita. Why? He listened and he heard it. And Krishna asked him, did you hear with attentive mindset? And he said, yes. So what is the proof? What I was not able to do for, I'm ready to do it now. By your mercy, my illusion is gone. That is hearing. That is hearing. So we should hear. Then, with faith, the manifestation of hearing will take place. Krishna will become prominent, present in the heart. Speaking is not just to show our academic ability. Speaking is to plant Krishna in the heart of the audience by destroying ignorance. That is speaking. So Prabhupada said, just come and sit down and hear. That's all. Just hear. That's all. He created a society for us to hear. Let us hear. If you hear, you have the same experience as it has happened before. It will continue. So let us hear. Make sense? Okay. Something else? Today is the appearance of Lord Varahadev. Varahadev. So auspicious day. Yes, Prabhu.
Throughout the Bhagavatam, we read about great asuras who want to take control of the universe. But this particular asura wanted to destroy part of it.
Yes.
And he killed every living being on earth.
Yes.
He was the biggest mass murderer in the history of earth. So he's one of the greatest unimaginable asuras.
Yes.
What was the motive of instead of I'm gonna control the earth, I'm just gonna destroy it? Is it just to show I can? What would you say if someone was asking?
Yes. Someone asked me why he did that. Because he was drilling the oil from the earth. Means he's getting all the resources, he was extracting all the natural resources to himself. Like many countries are doing that. That was the problem. And then it became wetland because it depleted. So he went down to Pluto planet. That's what he did. So now we have so many Hiranyasha associates all over the world. People are draining the oil from the ground, or the diamonds and the golds and all these things. Those days, these things, they float on the water. And people go to sea and pick the utensils. They were picked, not produced from the factory. Degradation is taking place now. So that was Hiranyaksha. He drained the whole mineral from the planet for his sense gratification. Everything fell down to him. The Odakasa ocean. Therefore, the demigods have to pray for Lord Vishnu to come and rectify this situation. And the Lord came, he appeared like what size? Yeah, this size. In the sky, not even from in the sky. To the amazement of everyone. They were watching. What is this? And it started to expand, became gigantic, was touching the sky. Immediately, demigod understood, this is our Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu has come in this way. As Varaha did. So they started worshiping him. In the ecstasy of the prayer the demigod were offering, he shook his body and he formed a lake. It is there till today. Have you taken bath? Huh? It's in South India. What's the name of this place? I always forget. Ramanuja stayed there for a long time.
No, that is Tamil Nadu state. State is Tamil Nadu.
What is this place Ramanuja stayed? When the Sevite were pursuing him. Melkoti, thank you. Melkoti, there's a big pond there. When he shook his body, the water that came from his body from a big lake. So he created that lake. And the demigod were praising him and offering prayers. We're talking about prayers. See, today, prayer, powerful prayers they were offering to him. After all the worship and the prayers, the Lord went to the Garvatakasa ocean, where the earth planet has fallen down there. There he met Hiranyaksha, who was patrolling the whole place to be sure that nobody come to rectify it. A demon want to put an end to everything, forgetting that if they put an end to everything, what about themselves? How will they exist? That intelligence is not given to them. So Lord Bua, he went down there. You know what is happening? Who is there at the bottom of the earth? Who is there? In the Garbhadaka ocean, who is there? Huh? Who is there? Garbhadaka said Vishnu, thank you. Is still there? Is he still there?
Yes.
Okay. So why Vara has to come from somewhere else to come and do that? He is already there. Why he has to come? Vishnu. Why he came? Garbhadaka said Vishnu is still sleeping, he cannot get up to do the work. You understand my question? So why he didn't do anything? Another person has to come from all other places to come and do something is still there. Huh? Will you be happy if your temple, somebody else come there and start ruling the temple without telling you? You'll be happy? Huh? So why does that happen?
That is the filthy place. The Lord planted system, those are the filthy place. So
Very good.
So the lower planted systems, all those are filthy place. So for board, it's very easy to go there and just.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. In the when you look at the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, you see that everything is perfectly organized, and they don't contradict each other. They don't do each other's duty. They don't interfere. Everything is systematically done. Look at all the incarnations of Christians. They have a specific duty, and they were perfectly equipped for that particular duty and did it perfectly without interfering with any. Even though they have the ability, they don't. That is a perfect system. Because Garbhadaka ocean is dirty. It's a dirty place. And Varaha Bua is a person that's accustomed to dirty places. That is why Garbhadaka said Vishnu didn't do anything. He kept quiet. Varaha has to come. When he came and entered there, Hiranyaksha chastised him and harassed him. Where are you going? This place has been given to us. Who gave it to him? Who gave it to him? That he didn't remember. He didn't know. And you cannot pass it without my challenge. But Varaha did not listen to what is a nonsense thing he was talking, which is a big lesson for us. We should learn how to do the first thing first. No distraction. So he didn't listen to him. He went directly to his primary duty. The primary duty is to raise the planet back to its orbit. So he went, took it, placed it back as it is. It is then he turned back to us. So what were you saying? What do you want? I want fight. So both of them engaged themselves in severe battle, fighting, because he has interrupted the universal affairs, interfere with the management, and Lord has the responsibility to check that. So they had a severe battle, very interesting fighting, very interesting. I enjoyed it. Although the Lord was enjoying his pastime of fighting, chivalry is part of the yes. She was enjoying that. But the demigod were not happy because it was going to night. The demigod said, kill this demon now, because if you wait longer, the night comes, he'll be more stronger than you. The Asuras are more stronger in the night than the daytime. And the Lord, understanding their mind, their mood, and feeling sorry for them, so he decided to kill Hiranyaksha, because that is what he came for. While they were fighting severely, heavy battle was going on. Hiranyaksha, he hit Lord Varaha with his heavy club, that the Varaha's club fell from his hand. And he was perplexed. But Hiranyaksha did not hit the Lord. Go and take your club. He waited for him. See, even demons, they have principles. He maintained this principle of fighting. There was a chance for him to hit the Lord because his back was between, and his club was off his hand. But Hiranyaksha said, don't worry, go and take your club, then you come. So continue. Sukadeva Swami glorifying for that. They have culture. So Varaha took this club, and looking at the time, he has already enjoyed himself to the time he wanted. Then he killed Hiranyaksha for the pleasure of the demigod. So he appeared today to destroy this demon of sense gratification. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I think we end here for today. Wish you